What is up, everybody? Welcome to another Wednesday draft video. My name is Sam, and as always, I am glad that you're here. If there's a bit of background noise, I am sorry. It is currently thundering and lightning outside. I hope, my power doesn't go down. I was trying to wait for a good time of the day to do this. I'm not even sure if there is one today, to be, completely honest with you. Eternal of the Heartstress is a pretty good blue card. I've only drafted this format 15 to 20 times. I know that sounds like a lot because we're only 3.5 weeks into the format, but considering people like my friend Alex have drafted it 400 times, I feel a little bit behind. That being said, I still feel prepared enough to do a draft video, do a draft, and I feel comfortable in the format. While the Forgotten Pharaoh is a pretty good card, I don't mind taking a desert, but probably not first pick. This pack seems kind of weak to me. These two uncommons and this rare are fairly unplayable, so I'm just going to take an Eternal of the Heartstress and kind of see where that takes me. Alright, so we have an Unquenchable Thirst, which is a pretty good follow-up. A fairly hard removal spell, especially in a format with a ton of deserts. And Catcher's Avenger, which is pretty sick. Resolute Survivors, Devotee of Shank, Sidewinder, Naga, etc., etc. I think I probably just take Unquenchable Thirst. I think is Eternal Heartstress strong enough? Just whenever it doesn't get blocked, you just draw a card. That seems so sick, and if it does get blocked, they just take two. I've had good feelings about this card, or good interactions with this card. I think I'm just taking Unquenchable Thirst. Oh my god, do we just go deep? No. Do we go deep? Alright. Rein me back in. Nope. Alright, we're doing it. If we don't do it now, we're never going to do it. I might as well do it in a draft video. Alright, can we get another one? Please get us another one. Please get us another one. Alright, we're in. I don't even know what else is in the pack. I was just staring at that. There was a struggle, which is pretty good. There were some kill spells, and then there was a Fraying Sanity. We're in. Come on. What else did you want to happen here? Did you want me to play Fraying Sanity or not play Fraying Sanity? Those are your options. I'm gonna go with play Fraying Sanity. Alright, Arrow God's pretty good. Sandblast is pretty good. Manolith is surprisingly decent. Let's see, is Aerial Guide? Aerial Guide is pretty good, especially with Eternal of Heartstress. Alright, I'll take Aerial Guide. Ooh, or I could take Seer of the Last Tomorrow. See, if we were going really deep, I'd take Seer, but I think this is going to wheel. I could take a Manolith here or a Sandblast. I think I'm just going to stay blue for right now, though, even though Sandblast is pretty good. I don't know what we're doing. I don't even know how this card works. Do I just have to, prioritize cards like Seer super, super highly? Is that just the key and I'm just not a part of it? It might be. I don't really know. I'm not huge on the drafting the wacky decks. I got this Fraying Sanity because people have actually drafted with it and told me it's pretty good, and so I want to try it out. That being said, I don't really know how we're going to ensure that it's in our hand every game, but maybe, I don't know, we'll figure that one out later. Also, the cards that are good with this are compelling arguments and stuff. Ooh, I'll take a Vizier. It's another very good blue card. We don't have anything for it now, but we will later. We don't need to take a Countervailing Winds. Although this is decent with Fraying Sanity, right? They have to mill 1 at the end, or mill 2 at the end of turn or something. Or mill 1 at the end of the turn. Alright, I'm going to take this. Now, we should notice that, green is kind of open, right? There's a Pharaoh Prowler, a Bitterbow Sharpshooters, a Ronus of Stalwart, etc., etc. But I'm going to take Vizier of the Anointed. We could take a Chef at Dunes. We could also take a Wretched Camel, which works well with Fraying Sanity. We could also take the second Sandblast coming around. At some point, we have to kind of read the signal, right? And be like, Sandblast and Aven of Enduring Hopes are coming around. Might as well take them. So I'm going to take the Sandblast here. Although we're probably not getting the white hookup in the next pack. I would say we're getting the blue hookup, though. In my last video, I drafted this card pretty highly, and a lot of people, weren't in love with it, / didn't really understand the pick. This is a card that I think is super underrated. You get to play it with stuff like Proven Combatants, and you just draw extra cards, which is sweet. Alright, I'm going to take an Unsummon here. We could take a Granitic Titan, although that card is kind of bad. Alright, I mean, we're in. I don't exactly know how much work this Frang Sanity is doing at the current moment. Like, that's the thing, right? You need a way to mill them for more than, like, if this just mills them for 10, they don't die. So we have to figure out something else to do on top of that. This is our initial pack. We got it on the wheel. 2 lands, a Thorn Moloch, don't do much. I'm going to take another Proven Combatant. I'm not in love with playing 2, although they do block and set up our Frang Sanity nicely. They also work very well with Vizier. So if we pick up another Vizier, I'm very happy to play multiple Proven Combatants. We do have to get to 6 mana, but once we get to 6 mana and Vizier's turned on, it's just kind of game. It was hailing earlier today here, like, I don't know. The weather's been insane today. Alright, which card was cycling? We're not gonna have a lot of those. We take a Scavenger Grounds, I guess. Just for Unquenchable Thirst? Yeah, might as well. Actually, I'll take this in case we end up blue-black, whatever. Just because it's Vile Manifestation's like such a good card if we end up in that deck. We could take it without weakness in case we end up in that deck, or we could take an Eternal Kenra. We already have 2 drops though, so I'm going to take it without weakness in case we end up in the blue-black cycling deck. Lurching Rapis for the same reason. A Granitic Titan because it's like relatively playable. A Disposal Mummy and whatever. Alright. So we could be a cycling deck at this point, right? We have a Vile Manifestation and 2 cyclers to go with it. We also are going to be able to put things in our graveyard relatively well with Vizier, but that doesn't really help the manifestation. Problem here is that we want to put things in our opponent's graveyard, not our own graveyard. Alright, we could take a Pride Sovereign, but like we're so far off that. I think we just take Spellweaver Eternal here, or Desert of Glorified, or Aerial Guide. It's probably just Spellweaver Eternal, to be honest. I don't think we're like an aggro deck, but this card's pretty good. We could take a Raminap Ruins. Again, we could take a Desert. It might be good with Unquenchable Thirst, I don't know. This is the second straight pack where it's like kind of lackluster for us. Could take an Aerial Guide, maybe? Could take a Spellweaver Eternal, I don't know. I hedge towards 2 drops here, but I might be wrong. Aerial Guide might just be better. Pride Sovereign's obviously insane. But this isn't a very splashy-washy deck, although the 5-color... The 5-color ramp decks are definitely good in this format. I think I'm just taking a Spellweaver Eternal. I think it's a good enough 2-drop that I can take it. I'll take a Banewhip Punisher here. Ugh, Tenacious Hunter is so good. We'd just gone Pride Sovereign, Tenacious Hunter. I don't think the Sand Strangler is going to wheel. Yeah, I think I'm going to take a Banewhip Punisher. This card's just insane. And Strategic Planning... Striped Riverwinder or Lethal Sting? I think we're taking Lethal Sting, so we're kind of in the ooh, another Eternal of the Harsh Truths. That makes me really want to wheel that Aerial Guide. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what this deck is doing at the moment, but we're doing it well. That is for certain. Unsummoned Proven Combatant, Ruin Rat. If near Dreadlands, get in the deck. I mean, that's a pretty easy desert pickup, right? It does some stuff. It works well with Unquenchable Thirst, so get in the deck, as they say. I don't even know what we're doing at this point. I'm lost. Maybe it'll be good. Who knows? We're gonna have like somewhat of a curve, right? We're gonna have a decent amount of early creatures, whether that's like 3 or 5 or 6, and then we're gonna have some creatures in the middle. We're gonna have a decent amount of removal, Lethal Stings, Banewhip Punishers, etc. Unquenchable Thirsts over Desert is very interesting, because like you want the Desert for it to be good, but I think we're just taking the Unquenchable Thirst. Second Bloodwater entity we've seen, which is a little scary. Wow, second Unquenchable Thirst. Ipnu Rivulet goes great with Frang Sanity, so I'm going to take the Ipnu Rivulet here. Yeah, I think I pretty much have to take it. Like, at this point I have 2 Unquenchable Thirsts, a Banewhip Punisher, and a Lethal Sting. Oh, and another Aerial Guide for my Eternal the Harsh Truths. What else? Torment of Scarabs? I don't think this is that good, right? Although this is good with Frang Sanity. But I think I just take another Aerial Guide for my second Eternal the Harsh Truths here. I don't even know what's happening at this point. We're a black-blue aggro deck that has Frang Sanity plus Ipnu Rivulet in it. What is even life at this point? I don't know. You know, we're up here, we're having fun, we're doing good things. That's all that matters, right? So thank you for watching. I'm sorry about the very annoying background noise. I hope your brain kind of ends up tuning it out at some point. Again, I am running like fans and stuff in my house because like the weather is insane. It's very smoky downstairs for whatever reason. Like there are a bunch of issues going on. That being said, we are back on the grind. We just started back up on Twitch this week. So if you're into the Twitch channel, if if it's midnight, 11 p.m., 2 a.m. your time, if you're in Europe and it's like 10 a.m. and you're at work and you need something to watch, you can always go check out the Twitch, twitch.tv/sambuff49. We will be live, and we are live almost every single day. All right, Arrow Guide, Countervailing Winds. I don't know if I need a third, but they are great with Eternal or the Harsh Truth, so I might as well take one. If we don't play it, we don't play it. Tragic Lessons, Deece. Cunning Survivors, like, kind of Deece. Countervailing Winds is Deece. I'm going to take a Countervailing Winds. I'll take a Strategic Planning, I guess, or Striped Riverwinder. Strategic Planning is not bad, to be honest. It's not the worst card. It could help us set some stuff up. Also, we don't mind if our proven combatants are in our graveyard. Or we could take the Striped Riverwinder, because it's pretty good with Vile Manifestation. And we kind of need something to kill them with. Alright, and we get the Strategic Planning. We could take Razaketh right here, but I don't think that's right. I think I just take it to Strategic Planning. And I don't really think I need the last proven combatant, so I'll take an Unsummon. We're probably playing a Vile Manifestation at this point, just as like an extra 2-drop. Put this Grenade Titan in the board. Alright. We're a very weird deck at this point. Baleful Almit, Compelling Argument. Compelling Argument's gonna wheel. We wish we could take Magma Spray. It's the best card in the pack. Cartouche is the second best card. We're gonna take an Almit though. We're not too upset about it. Yeah, it's gonna make us some of that money back. This Compelling Argument is going to wheel though, so we are going to be able to put that in our deck, which is sweet. We don't mind Scribe. We also don't mind Festering Money, but Baleful Almit's pretty good at what it does. Gravedigger, Horror, Naga Oracle here. We would like to wheel this Horror, although I don't think it's happening. I'm just gonna take this Gravedigger. It does too much. I mean, it's just too value-y. Does too much good. Oh, Catcher's Attendant after Cartouche, kind of making us sad we're not in white, but I think we're in an okay color pair. Slitherblade, we're going to take Splendid Agony. Anointed Procession, not doing much in Drafto. Like, nothing else really great here. I mean, Hooded Brawler, but I'm happy to take a Splendid Agony here. Second Gravedigger, Pitiless Vizier, Gate of the Afterlife, Blighted Bat, Curse Minotaur. Just the Gravefather. Happy to go with it. I mean, at this point, like, all of our cycling guys are just such value. Trespasser's Curse, not great. Zenith Seeker, not great. I'll take a Commit to Memory. I mean, this deck is actually turning out to be okay. I think we need more 2-drops. We're kind of light. This is turning into sort of like a aggro-y deck. Lurching Rotbeast also seems like okay all of a sudden with 2 Gravediggers. That Compelling Argument's gonna wheel for this Frang Sanity. Wow, Frang Sanity plus Memory is also kind of sweet. No, it's not. No, it's not. God damn it. Are we even playing this Frang Sanity? I really want to, but I feel like we didn't go deep enough. I feel like if we don't play it, though, we're kind of bringing shame to family. Like, I feel like we have to play this Frang Sanity, even though we just kind of don't want to. I don't even know. This deck looks so weak, but it might just get there. This pack's been insane. Commit to Memory, double Gravedigger, Splendid Agony, Baleful Almit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, 5 cards that we're legit excited to play. Yeah, this pack's been very, very good for us. Again, I mean, double Gravedigger, Commit to Memory, Splendid Agony, Baleful Almit. Baleful Almit's like the weakest of all those cards, but you're still happy to have it, especially in your Eternal the Harsh Truth Aerial Guide deck. Like, you're just doing so much random attacking for 3 that at some point you have to block or gain life or get a presence on the board. Although we're going to be so far ahead on cards. Alright, Floodwaters is fine. Oh my god. Wait, tap an untapped zombie you control. Target player puts the top card of his or her library into his or graveyard. How many zombies do we control? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. Oh man, are we in Frank Sanity and Balmer Stools? Just are we on the mill him and kill him plan? You know what? We might be. I'm in. I'm in. All right, this might be a sideboard plan for a fun game or something. All right, we'll take a Wasteland Scorpion here. Ooh, Winds of Rebuke. Winds of Rebuke plus Frank Sanity is mad cute. We could also take the Scorpion because it's like actually good with Vile Manifestation. Right? Striped Riverwinder's good. How many? Yeah, Wasteland Scorpion's good with that, but I think we take Winds of Rebuke here because it's great with Frank Sanity. Take a Supernatural Stamina, like why not? I'm always down to play one Supernatural Stamina. Scribe of the Mindful's kind of cute too. We can get back, commit to memory, get back. I don't know. I'll take a Festering Mummy. Ooh, and Horror Wield. It's a little nutso. Again, we really should have taken that Scorpion if we wanted to play the like super cycling deck. Because at this point we have 1, 2 cyclers for this. I mean, that's just not enough. Like, yeah, we have an extra way to get them into our graveyard, but if at the most this is a 2/4, if we had taken that Scorpion over the stupid like Winds of Rebuke or whatever, and then you're playing like a Countervailing Winds and a Lurching Rot Beast and a without, like, we could maybe make the Vile Manifestation happen, but at this point it just like looks so much like it's not happening. I mean, I'll take a Zenith Seeker. I don't know what it's really doing, but I'll take it. Floodwaters is fine. Activated abilities of creature cards in your graveyard cost 1 less. Oh my god, am I really playing Embalmer's Tools plus... Alright. Are we really playing Frank Sanity? So what does this Frank Sanity package look like? And what does this package look like? Like this, 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 this. 5, 6. So that gives us 6 cyclers for Vile Manifestation. That's not bad. We're not the full-on cycling deck, though. But having an extra thing to do in the early game is probably decent. Although this Frank Sanity package looks sick too, but it probably doesn't get there, to be completely honest, and we didn't even wield a compelling argument. Alright, what's kind of weak here? One of these Proven Combatants for this Vizier. Eternalize or Embalm. We don't have any other Embalm cards. See, this is the problem with playing Vile Manifestation, is that we're going to play it and then we just don't have anything else to really do with it. It might just be better to play Countervailing Winds, but then we're like short a 2-drop creature, which kind of sucks. This at least gets to cycle though. Alright, we're on the Arrow Guided Turtle, the Harsh Truce plan for sure. Striped Riverwinder, Horror the Broken Lands thing. Are these okay? They do cycle early, so they're like kind of fine, and they can win the game late, so I do like both of these. Although I could see taking both of these out for like a Frank Sanity and a Winds of Rebuke. And just trying to like capitalize on tempo. Can we play 16 lands in this deck? Maybe. Is Embalmer's Tools reasonable? Just because it wins the game with Frank Sanity? That might be too cute. What's the next card in our deck? Like, it's not another Unsummon, is it? Just like Infinite Bounce? Is it a Lurching Rot Beast? Like a cycling creature? It might be. We do kind of need another creature at this point. Alright, I think we're gonna try this. This build like doesn't seem right though. We kind of want to play Frank Sanity though. Alright. 4 Intense. That goes with 5 sources total. I'm fine with 10-6. Actually, we have no double sources, so we can go 9-7. That's totally fine. Alright, thank you everybody so much for watching. See you for round number 1 coming up next.